Hello and good afternoon, everybody. How is everybody? My name is Julia Green. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and this is what I call my Facebook Friday Live. Welcome, welcome. If you haven't been here before, welcome in. If you're a return watcher, you're also very welcome, and I'm so glad that you're here to catch my Facebook Friday. So, I'm going to jump right in. I told you that we were going to be working with the Mediterranean Blooms suite, which is a new suite that was in the new annual catalog that went live in May. I got my suite in, and I have to tell you, it did not disappoint. I love it. I love the paper especially. I love the color combinations. I like the tile patterns. I like it all. So it was very easy to come up with some really cool cards for you today. And like I said, I'm going to go right ahead and I'm going to jump right in. So our first card today, we are going to be using some of our white cardstock. And I call this the white cardstock because it is the thicker, heavier cardstock. I'm going to be using that for my card base. I have a piece of 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 old olive. Okay, so I'm going to go right ahead and I'm going to put that right on my card base. These colors in this suite just make me happy and warm. All right, so we've gone ahead and we've put that on there. Now, I've gone ahead, and so I don't bore you, I've gone ahead and I've cut out this die. So let me grab my stamp set. Here it is right here. Okay, so here's the stamp set, okay? And then it comes with these coordinating dies where you can cut out the images. We also have some extra dies, the little flowers and some of the little greenery. And then it comes with this fun framelit. And so you can cut out this shape. Look at that shape. Wouldn't that be fun on some scrapbook pages? And then you can cut out this. And then you can cut out this piece as well. So what I've gone ahead and done, so that I don't bore you, is I laid this piece down, and then I laid this piece on top of it, and I've cut them out together. Okay. So let me get this back in here. You can see I keep my framelits that go with my stamp sets right in the package with the stamp sets. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and mount that right on. So there is a front and a back, because on that piece that you do around the edge, there is a little bit of like the stitching motif around the edges. So you're going to want to have that on the outside. So I am going to come in with my liquid glue, and I want to put some dots all the way around my edges. And then once I get the edges covered, I'm just going to hit it with some dots inside. And then we're going to go ahead and mount that right on top of that old olive that we put on there. All right. Now, the other nice thing about using the liquid glue is that when we put it down, it gives us a minute to kind of slide it around. We kind of want to get it where we want it. It's going to go right in the center. Hey, Miss Sandy. Hi, Pat. How are you? All right, and then voila. Okay, now the other fun thing, this is a piece of the DSP. The framelits match a couple of the pieces of the pattern DSP, so you can go ahead and you can cut that out. That saves me from having to color it. I am going to color it a little bit later on, but for this particular card, we're just going to use this. Now, I did put dimensionals on the back of this. We're going to use 5 today. because you know me. I like my odd color, my odd numbers. All right, and then we're just going to place that right there in the center. Okay, now I have a piece of this is a different pattern of the DSP. This has the oranges being a little bit smaller, and look at the blue on the back. I'm going to show you all the DSP here in a minute, but I wanted to just go ahead and start making cards. So we're going to put that on the inside, just like that. This piece we've cut out because that we're going to put that on our envelope. So let me grab an envelope here. Grabbing my liquid glue back. Again, the nice thing about the liquid glue is it's a little friendly on the moving department when you're trying to line things up. Oh, we didn't get that quite over far enough, but there we go. All right. I'm going to take my new favorite tool, the bone folder, just spread that out. That's going to make it lay nice and flat. We'll give that a minute to dry. Now, I've cut this out using the silo shape dies, and we're going to use the sentiment that says just checking in. We're going to grab pumpkin pie. And we're going to try lining that up. Just checking in. Perfect. Oops, we're going to leave this out. We're going to leave that out because I'm going to show you. So I'm going to grab a piece of scrap paper. And we're going to do let's put a little adhesive on that just checking in. I'm going to put it right in the middle. And I'm going to go ahead and put it right on my card so that I don't mess it up. Just like that. Now I'm going to take this nice big image that matches my DSP that I cut out. We're going to ink this up with the pumpkin pie. We're going to stamp off. We're going to open this up. We're going to stamp this right on the inside. Just like that. So it's nice and soft. You can still write over top of it, but I just think it really adds a lot to the card. And then while I have this out, I'm going to go ahead and ink it up a little bit again, stamp it off, and I'm going to bring that envelope down, and I'm just going to do a little bit down here in the corner of the envelope, just like that. When we are making homemade cards, we really want them to stand out. So I want them to stand out at the post office. I want them to stand out to my recipient. When my recipient gets them and they see how much time I took decorating my envelopes to match, to make everything coordinate, I think this will make my recipient happy. And then, so now I'm just taking and I'm cutting off that little bit of extra around the envelope. So we have the nice matching envelope. Okay, I'm going to throw that away. We'll get this out of here. I'm going to go ahead and we can get rid of that. I'm going to clean up my ones that I've used, but there's my first card for you guys. Let me grab my cleaning pad. And we're just going to go right ahead and clean these up. And I flipped this over earlier because this wasn't quite as dirty. I need to rinse it off. But I've been up here creating and having fun, so I just didn't have time to go rinse it off. All right, so there's card number 1 for you. We're going to put those somewhere so we can show them all to you at the end. Okay, so my next card, we are going to start. Here's the finished project. Okay. And I'm going to show you all the things that I have cut out. So I have a piece of Night of Navy. This is going to be my card base. This is a half a sheet of the 8.5 by 11. I have a 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 of the Lemon Lolly. I have this beautiful tile motif. That is 4 1/4. That one is 4 1/4 by 4 by 5 1/4. This is my inside piece. I have a couple little strips here. Oh, I didn't put my this little strip goes on the inside of this one. This is going to go right down here. Just like that. Okay. Then I have a couple of these that I cut out using the Nested Essential dies. And let's go ahead and I'll show you how I got that. All right, so let's just put this stuff over here. Let's concentrate on these two pieces first. So there's the lemons on the other side. And we're gonna just go ahead and mount this piece. We just want a little bit of that lemon lolly sticking out around the edges. Now, here's my other sheet that I had left, and I'm going to start cutting some of these images out. And there isn't a die for the lemons, so you got to be creative with the lemons. So we're going to cut this guy out. Hi, Deb. You look like you've been really busy creating. I saw you post all your creations. Very cool. All right. So while I'm cutting these out, or fussy cutting these out, I just wanted to let you know some of the things that are going on. If you go to my website, I have some things going on. If you just follow me on Facebook, I do have a couple of events coming up. I just wanted to let you know about them. I have missed tremendously having in-person card nights here. So next Friday night, we are going to have an in-person fun summer card night. All occasion cards with a summer theme. So it is limited to 8 people because of space. And I did see a couple people that already clicked interested. I really wish there was a way that I could turn that off on Facebook, because interested doesn't help me with my RSVPing. I need to know whether you're coming or not, basically. So you need to let me know. All right, so I'm just looking now. No two of these are going to come out the same, because you're going to be, you're going to be doing things a little bit differently, because you're going to cut out of the paper. So I think I'm going to cut this one over here, because this one like fits in a square here, or fits in a corner. I'm going to put that down there in the corner. Whoops, I don't want to. There we go. So you can always go to my website, check out my calendar. I am hoping to get that completely and totally up to date in the next day or so. I get torn between being in here and being out in the garden. I had an order come in today of stuff that we could pre-order, because there's going to be all kinds of new fun things. Actually, we're going to do this one down here. We're going to do this one up in the corner, and then we need one over here. So let's do this one. Let's do this guy. Yeah, so anyway, there's going to be new online exclusives starting in July, and we were able to pre-order them, and there's some holiday ones on there. I give you guys some little sneak peeks of some of the ones that you're going to see, but I got my order in, and I'm so excited. we are going to be doing everything in July is going to be Christmas in July. So we're going to have everything here at Stampin' with Julia is going to have a really fun Christmas idea or theme. And I have to tell you, one of the things why I like doing Christmas in July is because I like getting some of my Christmas cards done way before the holiday season. So if you like to send out holiday cards or Christmas cards, or if you like to do scrapbooking or any of that kind of stuff, it's really fun to get your layouts and your cards done in July. Just remember where you put them. Sometimes I have a little issue with that. I think I remember, and then I don't remember. All right. So then I think this guy's going to go, he's going to go up there. This one's going to go down there. And that one's going to go there. So isn't that pretty? I love the lemons on top of that tile. I really do. All right, so liquid glue is our friend. We want to get around the edges. Whoops. I'm trying not to get it all over my fingers, is what I'm trying to do here. All right, so this guy is going to go right up here in the corner. We're going to lay that out flat. Now, if a little bit of that liquid glue sneaks out from underneath, it dries clear, so don't get nervous. Don't get excited. You won't even see it. But this is making it look like it's all one, like it was all one sheet of paper. And I like this a lot. I'm just going to make sure I got, yep, plenty of room. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to lay that down. Smoosh it around really good. All right, one more. I'll do a couple little dots up in that corner. All right. And then this one's going to go right over here. Right down in that corner. Perfect. And like I said, you really want to get it around the edges because my whole design behind this was to make it look like it was all one sheet of paper. Hi, Denise. How are ya? All right, so now we're going to go ahead and make our card base. Just like that. Put that right on there. Perfect, perfect. Now, instead of doing the white on the inside of this one, something I've been doing lately, just to switch things up a little bit. It's always good to switch things up a little bit. I've been doing a lighter color on the inside. And this one I decided to do the lemon lolly. This is such a pretty pastel yellow. So pretty. All right, and then we're just gonna put that right in there like that. We have that little strip of tile. Put him right on the bottom here. Just like that. Now, we're gonna do something with these guys. All right, so let's do all the love. All the love, all the love. And we're gonna do that in Night of Navy. This font is really pretty. It looks like somebody hand did it. I like that a lot. Now I'm going to grab my daffodil. I'm going to grab one of those little bud-like flowers. And we're just going to stamp those all over the place. Just like that. Let's go ahead and mount that right on top of that. Put that right on there. Line up those 2 points in the middle. And then I'm just going to go ahead and I laid that right flat. And we're going to do it right in. On that one, I kind of went down a little bit. This one here, I think I'm going to do right in the middle. Like I said, this particular technique, each one's going to be a little bit different for you because of depending on how you cut out your lemons and how you lay them on your tiles, it's going to be a little bit different. Now, this Baker Twine 3-color pack is still available. That came out in the last mini catalog, and it has carried over. I don't know if it's online or if it's in the catalog. I have a hard time keeping track of that. Let's just say that. I just have a hard time keeping track of that. So I'm going to do a piece of the Balmy Blue and a piece of the Lemon Lolly Baker's Twine. I'm going to run them together, tie them in a bow, just like that. Now I'm just going to grab a glue dot, and I just put that down there at the bottom, right here at that point. Okay. And I might cut my tails a little bit here. I don't want them quite as long as they are. And there's that one. So I just thought that was a really fun technique. Like I said, it's a way for, you know, the lemons doesn't have a die, so unfortunately you have to cut those out. But I just thought it was kind of fun. I like the lemons on top of the tiles. I just think that's really pretty. All right, so that's card number 2, and I'm going to bring card number 1 back because I realized I didn't finish embellishing card number 1. So we have these beautiful dots, opal rounds, that go with this suite. I did use the little daffodil ones. So I put one here. I did one up in here. And I did one down here. And then I took that Lolly Baker's Twine. And I just grabbed a piece of that. And I just came under this tail on the end here. And I just tied a bow. And it's easier for me to tie a bow if I tie a knot first in the Baker's Twine. Oops, I'm out of screen. Sorry about that. And then make my little loop-de-loops. Okay, and then I pulled that nice and tight. And I just want to make sure it's not going to fall off of there. So I came in with my liquid glue. I pulled it to one side, put a little dot of liquid glue, and then held it right there as I throw my liquid glue across the table here. That's not very nice. And just hold it there for like 30 seconds. So there, I didn't show you the embellishments on the first one. So there was number 1 with the embellishments. Okay, now, moving right along. Okay. So this card, these are my cheating notes so that I can remember how to show you. This is called the framed panel card, okay? And I'm going to show you how to make it. And with the matching envelope. All right, so we've gone ahead and we've cut out some of those little flowers, some of the extra greenery. We're using Lemon Lolly as the base. This is a half a sheet of cardstock, and this time it's cut in the diagonal way instead of horizontal. So we're going to go ahead and fold that. All right, that's going to be our card base. Now, we have a piece of 3 by 6 of our DSP. And the person that I got this from, they used the 3 by 6 because they used a 6 by 6 piece of paper and they cut it in half. So you don't have to use a 3 by 6 piece of paper, but I'm going to show you that I ended up using all my little pieces afterwards, and I thought it looked kind of neat. So you're going to take this 3 by 6 and you're going to cut it in 3 1-inch strips. can't seem to get my paper on there so it's nice and straight. There we go. All right, 2 of those we're going to take and we're going to put them together and we're going to cut those at 4 inches. Okay. Put our 2 little pieces of extras over there. Okay. Then you're going to take the last one and you're going to cut that in 2 3/4, 2 pieces. You're going to cut 2 3/4 off of it twice. So you have 1, and then 2 3/4, and you're going to end up with another little piece, and just put that over there. Okay, so you have 4 pieces, 1 by 6, or no, 1 by 4, 2 3/4 by 1, 2 and 2. Okay, now, and then you have your normal card base. Let's put that over here. Now I have a piece for the inside that is 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, so it's going to be my inside. Then this is the little piece that goes in the center. And this is 2 7/8 by 1 5/8. Okay, and then I have 2 pieces that are 4 by 5 1/4, and I ended up using a coordinating color. Okay, one is going to be for the inside, one's going to be for the outside. Okay, so let's show you how this all came about. So now you're probably wondering where I got the thank you from that's in the original one. And another stamp set that I bought just recently that I really like a lot. This is called My Small Business. Okay, My Small Business is a great stamp set for anybody who has their own little small business. There's some great little sentiments and things on here. Lots of different ways to say thank you. Okay, lots of different fonts with the thank you. Made with love, handmade for you. Thanks for being an amazing customer. Thanks for supporting my small business. Your support deserves a big thank you. You've got great taste. A cute little shopping bag. I mean, it's really, really cute. 15 great little stamps to go with if you have a small business. Okay, so we are going to use the thank you, and we need my garden green, and we're going to use that. This is that little centerpiece. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and stamp the thank you on there, and we're going to do that over to the right hand side. Okay, just like that. Now we're going to take one of those pieces that are 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, and we're going to go ahead, actually we're going to go right ahead and we're going to put that right onto our Lemon Lolly card base, just because it'll have a less chance of moving around. Okay, so go ahead and put that right in the center there, just like that. Now I lay these out, so you're going to do one of the 1 by 4 pieces down here, one of the 2 3/4 by 1 inch goes up this way. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and lay them out first. The other long one goes over here, and the other short one goes over here. Okay, and then your other piece is going to go in the middle. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to take that out of the middle, but let's go ahead and put these down. Now, when I did my original one, I went ahead and I put them down. But it didn't, all I did was put a little adhesive like you just saw me do, and I just tapped it down a little bit. This way here, if I don't really like right where it is, I have a better chance of being able to pick it up and put it where I want it, okay? It doesn't always work that way, but one of the other things that you can do is you can use a little bit of heat from your heat gun. Sometimes that helps loosen up the adhesive. So if you don't get it right where you want it, that's another thing that you can try, okay? Because this is one of them ones where you think you got it where you want it, and then who knows? It could not work out that way. And I use the Stampin' Seal Plus. So unfortunately, a lot of times, oh, look at that, I got it. Woohoo! Unfortunately, a lot of times when you do the Stampin' Seal Plus, it ain't going nowhere. Which is why I use it, because I like it. All right, then we're going to put this white one in the middle. Okay, that was our 2 7/8 by 1 5/8. Okay, and there you have it. Now you're just going to decorate. So I've gone ahead and I've cut these out. So let's just go ahead and flip these over. We're going to do a little liquid glue on them. Everybody got quiet. Nobody's talking. Everybody watching still, I hope. All right, we're going to put this one up here, just like that. And then we're going to do this one down here. So this is one of those layouts that I think would just be really fun to just grab a bunch of your different sweets and just go for it. Now, I've seen with this particular layout too, where you could use different patterns on the different pieces of paper, which I think looks really cool too. All right, let's grab some mini dimensionals. We're going to put 2 of these go on with dimensionals. 1, 2, and the other one's just going to go flat. So we're just going to put a little Stampin' Seal on him. So I did the 2 with the dimensionals first. I did 1 up here. And I did 1 kind of over here. And then I just slid this guy underneath. And I slid him until he was away from my thank you, but still sticking out. Now, we're going to grab that bling again. Now, this time, I used the clear ones. And I gave the center of each one of my flowers a little attention. And then I grabbed a big yellow one. And I did that up here. And I grabbed a little yellow one. And I put that one down there. All right. Now, the inside, I'll show you what I did on the inside. So on the inside, we're going to go ahead and we gave this a little special attention too. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this on the inside. So this is our other 4 by 5 1/4 piece. And this just gives our little inside a little matte too, which I just think kind of adds a little something. We like to add a little something. Okay, and then this is our 3 3/4 by 5 piece of white. And that went right over top of the garden green. Just like that. Now, I took my little pieces that I had, and I just made another little mosaic type of thing down here in the corner. Because I just couldn't bring myself to throw those little pieces away. Or to put them back in my, or to put them back. And I guess this one, I might end up taking that one out because for some reason on that one, it fit. On this one, it's not fitting. I think it's because I had them down a little bit further. So we're gonna sacrifice that little piece, but we're gonna leave that like that. All right, now bringing back my daffodil. I did a little flower right there in the corner. I brought in the envelope and I did a flower on the back of the flap. And then I did 3 little flowers down here in the front. All right, so that is number 3. There's our finished. Very fun. Like I said, this suite, I could just keep going and going and going with this suite. It's so much fun. All right, number 4. Okay. Number 4. Isn't it pretty? I love it. This time we're just gonna, it's just basically layers on this one. Okay, so as you can see, I did the same thing with the envelope. I did a strip with the envelope. Okay, so I'm gonna put that over there with my envelope, but I decorated my envelope. I did do the 3 little flowers out on the outside too. We are using, again, the white. This time we're doing an easel card. We have daffodil this time, which really pops with the blue. And we're just going to go right ahead and put that right on the outside. So we have 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 of the daffodil. We're going to go right ahead and put that on the white. Just like that. This is our beautiful navy pattern. I'm going to show you all the paper here in a minute so you can see all the patterns. I have it right here in front of me. So, all right, now we've got the lemons, and there's another pattern for you. We've got, let's see, that is a 3 by 4 piece. So this is 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. That's going to be our middle. We're just going to go right ahead. We're going to put that right in the middle. Just like that. We have an extra piece for the inside. Did I stamp or anything? Oh, I did do some little flowers on the inside of this one too. So let's go ahead and put that in there on the inside. Now I've cut out a circle and this flag piece from the Stylish Shapes. We are going to grab the You're the Best Kind of Person. We're going to grab the Knight of Navy. We're going to stamp that. And I kind of did it down, not in the middle, but a little bit closer to the bottom. And I'll show you why. Because I put some bling above it. All right, we're going to go right ahead, put a little adhesive right on there, put our circle right on top of it, just like that. We're going to bring in those dimensionals. I'm going to use the mini ones. Whoops, it slid. All right, let's go ahead and put this on here. Just like that. You're the best kind of person. Just like that. Now, we're gonna bring that bling back in. This time we used one of the navy ones. We put that right in the middle. And then we did 2 of the yellow, 1 on either side of the bigger ones. Just like that. There's card number 4. And like I said, we did the envelope with the strip of paper. We stamped some of the flowers on the outside of the envelope. We stamped some flowers on the inside of the card as well, next to our little strip of paper. Three right in there. And then we did the 3 on the envelope and then the paper on the envelope. So that's number 4. All right, I have one more. And before I do that, let's just do a little housekeeping. So Paper Pumpkin, today is the 8th, so you have till the 10th. And the new Paper Pumpkin is going to feature the in colors. If you haven't seen the in colors yet, they are a lot of fun. This particular paper also has the peach in the orange, which you're going to see because I'm going to color the next one when we do the next one. There's also the add-on that goes with this month's Paper Pumpkin, so just keep that in mind. Also on my calendar, with the summer fun, I'm also doing an ice cream and card making class at the Nutmeg Fudge, which I've done that before. So if you want more information on that, you can just visit my website. All the information is there. All right, bring you on back. Okay. So for my last card, okay, I am doing what we call a bookbinding card, okay? So on this one, and I'll show you, here's the finished one, okay? And I did color this time, the oranges. But this over here gets sealed, so it opens up like that, okay? So it looks like a book binding, which is really kind of cool. So we have Boho Blue as our card base, okay? And we are going to score that in the middle at 4 1/4. Let's get the cutter out of the way. All right, and then we are going to bring it over at 3 1/4. And we're going to go ahead and score that again. So it's going to give us 1 inch, okay? Now, we're going to go ahead and fold that in half. And then we're going to fold this piece so that we can see where our fold is. All right, and then we'll fold it over this way. And we'll grab our favorite new tool, the bone folder. All right, just like that. So now in here, I'm going to put some liquid glue. And we're going to go ahead and fold that over. All right, now we're going to decorate. So I have a strip of the DSP, and we're going to put that right over close to the edge. We'll go ahead with the liquid glue. And we want that right up at the edge here. Just like that. Okay, now I have a 1/4 inch strip of daffodil. Now, the trick you want to be careful of here is you don't want to get too close to that fold because you want your card to still be able to open up, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put some dots of the liquid glue on here. Oops. And then I'm going to do it this way because I really want that fold to show. So I want to be on this side of that fold, just like that. Okay? So then that way there, my card is still going to have easy movement. Okay? Now, there is this fun geometric like thing that kind of matches the tiles. We're going to bring in Night of Navy. And so on this we did, we need a scrap piece of paper. What we're going to do is put the scrap piece of paper between my card like that. All right, I need my sample here so I can see what I'm doing. All right, I'm going to go off up there. just to give it a little background. Now, while I have this out, I also put this on my envelope. I did it on the flap, and I did it down in the corner. Okay. So the other part of my card, and I'm just going to go ahead and put this on, and then we will color. So I'm just going to put this on, and again, you want to stay away from that fold because you want the card to open up. And if you wonder why I keep saying this, it's because I got everything too close the first time when I was making my card, and then my card wouldn't open. So, live and learn, right? You need to not make the same mistakes as I make. All right, let's clean up some space here so that I can show you how I used. So, we're going to use the blends. I need my card on the top. All right, so let's start with our blends. And I'm going to start with the leaves. And I'm going to start with my lightest color first, and that's going to be my light old olive. And I am just going to go ahead and I'm going to color all of the leaves with the light old olive. So we're just going to come in, give them all a coating of the light old olive. So I like to start with the lightest color and go to the darkest color when I'm using the blends. That is all really a preference thing. Some people like to do the darker color, and I'm going to show you if you do the darker color and then you come back in with the lighter color. You know, it's all in your own preference and how you're comfortable with it, okay? And my big suggestion to you would be to just play around with it. You know, stamp yourself out some different images and then just color and see how you feel and what works for you. Because what works for you might not work for, oops, we got another leaf over here. Might not work for somebody else. Now, the colors in this DSP, and I really liked it a lot, are Old Olive and Garden Green. So what I did was, we don't have a Garden Green blends. So I grabbed my Garden Green Stampin' Write marker and I came in and colored some of my leaves with the Garden Green. Okay. So, and I just, again, I just did what I felt was comfortable. All right. Now, there's nothing saying you can't mix these two different mediums, okay? But just remember that the blends are an alcohol-based marker. The Stampin' Write markers are a water base. So when you come back in, you're going to see I really liked the end result because when I came back in with, now I'm going to come in with my dark Old Olive, and I'm going to use the brush side. This really, actually I want to use the pen side. This really, when I went over the Garden Green, it really blended it. Okay, so I'm going to do like that. And then okay, Then I came back with the light old olive again. Okay. This time using the brush again, and I just basically went over the whole thing again. Okay. And what this did was this just really blended everything. Because it's the alcohol marker, it is going to make that garden green marker just kind of blend. And I was really, really happy with my end result. So again, like I said, play around with these. I can't tell you that enough, okay? So now we're going to use a new color. This is called, oh, wait a minute. Where is it here? Okay, we're going to use the light peach. And look at me. I had a big old leaf right there in the middle. All right, so we're going to do light peach. This was the flowers. I came in with the light peach pie. Okay. All right, and I just did them all in the light peach, including the buds. All right, then I came in with the dark peach and gave them all a little highlight. Now, I find that the best part to the highlighting is to just follow the lines in the stamp part. So I just go over the lines and maybe around the edges to give it a little shadowing. All right, and I know this is kind of hard to see because I'm on the scrap paper, but all right, now the oranges, I started with light pumpkin pie. Okay, so we're just going to give them all a real layer of the light pumpkin pie. Oh, there's a stem I forgot too. Okay, and then my last orange. And again, the colors I decided to use were the colors that were in the DSP. I think the DSP is really pretty, so why not just, you know, why mess with a good thing, right? All right, now I'm going to take my dark pumpkin pie, and I'm basically going to go over maybe around the edges. Like I said, I always like to go where they've already done it with the stamp. And I might come in a little bit more. Okay. All right. Then I grabbed Cajun Craze because that is the last one. And I just basically gave them a good right basically around the edges for some shadowing. All right. And then I don't normally use the color lifter, but I thought, why not? So I came back with the color lifter, and I basically just pulled some of the color, and you can see that just basically lifts the color a little bit. And this is going to get a little too orange for me, so we're just going to, so if you want to lighten it up, just grab your color lifter and look at magic. Now, Wink Estella was out of stock for so long that I, got out of use of using Wink Estella. But Wink Estella is also alcohol based. So if you have where you want to blend in some more, but I just basically wanted to give my oranges a little glisten. So I just went around and gave my oranges a little bit of glisten. Okay, so there you have it. There's my oranges. Aren't they pretty? I think they're so pretty. Okay, and then I'm not fully finished coloring this, so I'm going to show you. I mounted it on here, Okay, again, stay away from your corner, stay away from where you've done your bookbinding. Hello, I just stamped, and then I have my little scrap piece of paper here. I just stamped hello with the Old Navy, or with the Night of Navy rather. Old Navy, listen to me, shopping. So I just stamped the hello, and then I just cut it out with some angles. I used the bling to add a little bit of bling, and then I used linen thread and did a little bow up here at the top with the linen thread. Okay. On the inside, I just did one of these. I stamped another one of those on the inside. And again, like I showed you, I stamped that on the envelope. All right. So there's 5 cards using this beautiful suite. So hopefully I have inspired you. If you don't already own the suite, hopefully it's now on your wish list. But let's see if I can clean up my mess here and get all 5 of my cards out here for you to see. Let's see. Let's straighten that out a little bit because I got a little wackadoodle here. So we have that one, which is the bookbinding technique. Okay, so when it opens like that, which is really kind of cute. Okay, and we stamped that and colored it. Then we have this beautiful one here with the matching envelope. That's number 2. We have our framed panel card. And on the inside of our framed panel card, I also wrote for thank you for supporting my business, my small business, okay? Because that's a card that I'm going to be using for a thank you for someone who placed an order. All right, then we have this real pretty one. And again, we stamped with envelopes. All right, and then we have this beauty right there. Okay, so look at those cards. Aren't they fun? So fun. So before I let you go, I'm going to show you the paper because it's stunning. The color and stuff in it is just beautiful. So if I haven't sold you on it yet, hopefully I will now. All right, so there's, and even if you don't like the stamp set, the paper is worth the trouble. And those nice big tiles on the back of there. We have the lemons with this pattern on the back. We have the citrus blossoms with this tile on the back. We have the larger lemons with this pattern. And then we have the oranges. These are the smaller oranges with this pattern. And then we have the larger oranges, which you can cut out with the die. And then you have that on the back. So really, really, really pretty. Like I said, there's a bunch of different things that you could do. Here's a perfect example of, I didn't use the stamps. I mean, you could use a different salutation. You don't have to use the stamp set. You could do the framed panel cards just with the yeah, just with the DSP and not have to buy the stamp set. We have this one here. You could do, you could stamp something else on the center if you wanted to and just use the DSP. Like I said, the DSP is well worth the investment. It's beautiful. All right, guys. So that's what I have for you on this fun Facebook Friday. This was a lot of fun. I enjoyed making all these cards. I had fun, and hopefully you have enjoyed, I have inspired you, and hopefully you enjoyed your hour with me. I went a little long today, but I showed you 5 cards, so and a couple of really fun techniques too as well. So hopefully you have a great rest of your Friday evening. I hope you have something fun planned. Hopefully you have a really great weekend planned. We have a team meeting tomorrow, which I'm really looking forward to. So I will be here in my stamp room, which is my second favorite place to be. My gardens these days are my first place, and my second place is right here in my stamp room. So Sunday morning, coffee and a card. Come on by. I've got another fun card layout for you, and I'm going to show you a few different samples using a really fun card layout that I just discovered. Yeah, so there's that. All right. So please check out my calendar. I have a lot of things coming up. I'll be working on my calendar for the next couple of days. Christmas in July is coming in July. Here comes Max. It's 5 o'clock. Max says, it's my dinner time, Mom. Stop talking. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your Friday. And hopefully, as always, thank you for watching. And hopefully we'll all be stamping together real soon. Thanks a lot.